Ladies and gentlemen, good evening. It is Saturday night, the 13th of September, 2025, if you forgot what year that we're in. Thank you for joining us here at Tarnation TV's YouTube channel. We are at Primetime Racing League this evening for their Saturday night Shootout series, which means we're doing 2 races in 1 broadcast, so that'll be super cool. I always love these different formats in these different leagues. But anyway, my name is Blaine Donlin, joined here, of course, by Rod Weston, the one and only.
Yes, sir. 2 races. We're doing 1 at Daytona and 1 at Talladega. They're 2 pretty good, cool tracks. These guys are some of the best super speedway racers out there too. I mean, this is going to be pretty cool. We get a little break in between. We get to interview the first guys, and we get back out there again. And at the Talladega, well, it's a Primetime Super Speedway. It's guys we talked about. They run the BSR burnt screwdriver one on Saturday. Same track, same difference, just a little bit more different look to it, but still races the same. And it's a great track to broadcast. Like I say, I'd rather be up here broadcasting. So we'll have some fun with this one.
This is going to be cool, yeah. So Daytona is first on deck. That'll be race number 5 of this season, and race number 6, of course, will take place after this one. So stay tuned. There's a little intermission in between, but we'll have time to talk to the podium finishers of race number 1 here at Daytona before we head to Talladega. Primetime Super Speedway. But yeah, a flawless version of Talladega being used there. It's always fun to broadcast that stuff. But yeah, this is it's a lot of racing, man. We've been busy the last couple of weeks, so a little bit later start tonight to make sure I had everything locked in properly. But
and of course, like we talked about before the broadcast, sometimes they will be out there and they'll do qualifying, and I guess every other week there's a week of qualifying, and the next week it's a lotto qualifying. So tonight it's the lotto qualifying night. We're going to end up with Greg Roberts and Greg Palm on the pole, with Greg Palm on the outside, Brian Lovell, then Denny Carroll, Randy Waugh, Billy Eisler, Patrick McCarskey is in the 7th, always seems to qualify well. The guy that runs the show, Graham Norton, Tim Anderson is a new one for me, and Robert Breedlove's our top 10 right now. So, and can't say, I was just talking to Ulysses Solendevall a minute ago. Old Poppy, we haven't seen him racing for a few days, so that's going to be cool. Graham
Norton or Graham McDonald?
Graham McDonald.
Graham
I said
Norton's probably busy hosting that talk show, right?
I gotta mess him up too.
Yeah, we gotta get some names wrong. Otherwise, it wouldn't be a Tarnation TV
Somebody
podcast.
always that gets it. It just happened to be McDonald tonight. But.
Yeah.
And a new look for him for me. You have been broadcasting with these guys a little bit on the Friday nights that I cannot make it, and so we're here for the next 3 weeks. I know for sure.
Yes, I think we are doing this one and next week, and then the week after that it's FRN, because they're running Nate Balser's breast cancer awareness race. So yeah,
and they were and Keith Bynum wanted to make sure that we knew about that as well. That's a cancer awareness race. We've done that every year, haven't we, for the last, at least as long since I've been with you.
Yeah, and then what happened this time around, Nate, he just started flipping a coin. He said it came down to a coin toss, and FRN won. So Seth will be broadcasting it, and then I won the coin toss on co-hosting. So
there you go.
So it's Seth's. I'll be joining Seth on the FRN broadcast. So it was a whole bunch of coins being thrown up in the air. So
you're gonna get to do a co-host job and not a broadcasting job. So all you're gonna have to do is talk this time.
Yeah, it's awesome. Different, especially with the Thursdays being with Rolling Thunder on their Tally Challenge. I really don't say much because I've set that broadcast up in a way that as I'm listening, I can just kind of do more stuff.
Yep. And that's cool.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun over there, but yeah, we're gridding these guys up right now. Let's get a better camera angle on the field here.
Ken Roberts on the pole there. Nice red, white, and blue kind of stars and stripe looking car. And Greg Palmer on the outside. Like I said, these guys, I used to race with them a little bit on the super speedways. It is amazing how these guys will run 3 wide all day long. Now, may not so much at this track. TR doesn't have the 3 lanes like the Primetime Super Speedway will. There'll still be some excellent racing, and then the second one we'll see them 3 wide all night long. did have to get
And the dog just joined me in the room, so I had to shut the door to keep the cats out because they like to chew wires, and we want to make sure that we can continue the broadcast today.
I do have to mention Keith Bynum's car tonight. It's a new car. Well, actually, it's not the new car. It's the same car. Only change was made is he had to make the numbers a little bit bigger for his mom because she had trouble seeing them, I guess. He wanted me to give out a shout to his mom. He's out there starting, oh gosh, I think just outside the top 10 on the high side in the Duck Dynasty car, so.
Yeah, it's totally camoed out. Oh, that's what it is. Yeah, Duck Dynasty. Cool.
And it was a little bit, I guess she could have trouble reading his numbers. So they changed the numbers on it, made them a little bigger, made them a little brighter.
Well, that's what it looks like, Mama Bynum. It's going to be kind of hard to see this week because it's camouflage.
Yeah.
And Top Dragster has actually been broadcasting here when we can't. I mentioned it to Graham. We needed the Saturdays in the summertime. My wife and I do stuff, and but we were also able to work in cahoots with Andrew Miller over there at Top Dragster to sort of be like, he can't cover these next couple of races, so then we stepped in for him. So it's one big happy family.
We all work together. I haven't got to broadcast. I've got to broadcast with Seth, but not on the FRN part of it. But we all work together. We all help each other out. So it's a pretty cool little community. We try to make this NR 2003 racing as interesting as we can. Race cars pulling off pit road. And Robert's going to lead the field to the green. Short race, I think only 40 laps. They could do about 13 laps on fuel. So we're going to see a little bit more pitting. It's a 3X pitting. Good start at the beginning there, right side by side. You'll see if they got the good people pushing. That high side should be a little bit better. So I would say, if you got 3 cars on the high side, 4 on the bottom, the high side might still prevail just because this is a TR track. They have a little bit better groove in the middle.
Because that's what happened to TR. They went in and they modified, because when the game launched, Daytona, a lot of tracks were kind of a low-line tracks. But then as the community started tweaking little things here and there, little percentages here and there, they sort of evened up a lot of the racing to multi-group tracks. And like you said, with a lot of help, some of the alternate grooves could definitely get moving.
Like I said, you got this thing. Yeah, so Greg Palmer was able to lead that lap. As I said, once they get this thing up to speed, that high side is going to be a little bit better. It's not that it's going to be better because it's a little bit more grippy, but if you take a look behind him, he has Denny Carroll and Randy Waugh right behind him, and they are right tight and pushing. We know Denny Carroll and Randy Waugh will work together pretty much through the whole race till it gets down to it, if they can, and that's what's bringing the outside line, just making them a little bit quicker at the time. Although you got Dan Lovell, back there behind Roberts, and Lovell is like I said, most of these guys are just super great super speedway racers, so he's a real good pusher. He'll push him up there if he can.
There we go. I just had to duck out of the broadcast for a second here to change. I just noticed the laps weren't being displayed properly, so.
And having that issue off and on here.
Yeah, my hotkey seems to be linked to something else, but nobody's even going to notice. It looks like the shading's not working on the flags, but it doesn't matter. We'll leave it like that.
Graham McDonald, Graham McDonald and Pat McCursky there. Pat McCursky on the bottom and Graham McDonald on the high side. They got the matching cars, although the difference is that, they're different numbers, but their numbers are done differently too. So that's a nice thing about that. I know the other day we had 3 cars painted all exactly the same color numbers, and it was really hard to distinguish which one was which.
That move by Carroll and Waugh to take that inside line away in tandem like that, right to the front. They left Palmer, left Palmer hanging. I mean, not hanging too bad. He's got the push there from Elisor and McDonald, but these guys, I mean, when they get latched onto each other, they're almost unstoppable. These big Stone Gap guys.
Well, them two aren't a big Stone Gap anymore, but they were kind of part of that system at one time.
Yeah.
You always find out in these super speedways, you're going to have people that just seem to work better together. And Randy Waugh and Danny Carroll are two guys that just they always seem to work real well together.
That's the thing. Randy Waugh, I don't believe is part of the Stone Gap crew, but he does work with them a lot. He works with them very well, so I always sort of lump him in there. He's kind of like the fifth Beatle.
Do know, like, we got Ken Roberts, Greg Palmer, Mark Paglia. I gotta take a drink here in a minute, but those are three drivers that we know if they get together, they will stay together and they will work very well together. Good, I think Kent Hunksbury, if I said that right, I'm sorry if I didn't, did, but he's another one that also will, get right up there with them four. And you get four of them guys together, they always seem to work real good together.
Paglia sitting back there in 25th, running your Lotus throwback.
Greg Lovell's out there in the kind of like the old mellow yellow Mountain Dew kind of paint scheme. It's a little different, but kind of like that in the old 88. It does have Mountain Dew on it, but colors are a little darker, but it's really, really close to that.
Who's that?
Greg Lovell.
Oh, Greg in the 088, yep.
That's another one. That's one of the Big
cool.
Stone Gap. Yeah. It is another one of the Big Stone Gap racers. Brian and Greg are brothers. So, I can't remember Greg's son's name.
Eric,
that's right. He runs the 40. And then, what was the other level there? There's a bunch of them. You get
there's all kinds of them. Yeah, there's.
They work well together.
Carol, Danny, Eric. There's tons of them. Yeah, third line forming back here.
Middle line. The middle line's been slowly, progressively going backwards, and that's like I said. I told you the middle line is the better groove. But when you only got 3 cars in that line, compared to the 12 on the bottom, you're not going to beat it. But if they get going well enough, they'll make that work. Now, see, the middle line now is not working because there's only 2 guys there, and then there's 7 cars on the outside of them and about 12 on the inside of them. They don't have much help at all.
Stephen Branstetter in the 510. I actually have a car on the track. I painted that one.
Very nice.
It does exist. I painted that for him a long time ago.
Some of these guys run a car pretty much till the wheels falls off on it. Yep. Some of them paint new ones every 3, 4, 5, 6, every week, every other week,
Bobby Farrell, very cool paint job. He hasn't really adjusted that too often either. Also, I mean, I just love looking at all these designs. You've always, and even like, then you got Tim Anderson in the 33, another cool looking, very simplistic design, but like, man, you can see that car from 7 miles away, bright blue, with the Bass Pro Shop on the hood.
We got Javier Negron out there tonight in the Tide Ride. Seen him for a few days. The thing of it is, it's nice is I know all of these guys, just ain't seen them for a while, so it's taken a minute to new paint schemes and such, and trying to figure out who's what and where, but know them all pretty well.
I like how McCarsky and McDonald are running those, like the green rims.
Yeah.
Similar cars, like you said, the numbers are different.
Those are painted by Pat McCarsky, too.
There's Nate Balser. That's a very simplistic, very cool design there. The 79. Stay tuned, of course, in the next couple of weeks, same on Saturday. It'll be an FRN broadcast, but it will be here at the Primetime Racing League's facilities. And then we're running the Breast Cancer Awareness Race, a race for the cure. Nate sets that up every year.
I don't know if you said that or not, but Mark Paglia's car kind of looks like the what's the Formula One team? Lotus? Yeah, Lotus, the old Lotus team. Yeah, that's kind of cool looking.
Yeah. Yeah, I remember we saw him do that there a few weeks back. But yeah, that breast cancer race that Nate's running in a couple of weeks, it's 85 laps. And I'm not sure if they're running pit frequency at 1x or 2. That's a long race to do 2x, so they might change it to 1. They're not really sure on the setting, but they will be using this mod, the Monster Energy NASCAR Cup Series 2019 Craftsman Truck Physics.
Kind of like this mod, actually.
This is a very cool mod.
Yeah. Not only does it look good and whatnot, and the dash is really cool on them. Show people that. One guy out here, the 33 of Tim Anderson, that is somebody I have not raced with or actually done a broadcast with him in there.
Oh, no, yeah, he's not super new, but I believe
Right.
he came over from a different league. We have to talk to him actually to get that down. I've seen him around the last few months a lot, so I don't know if they pulled him in from a different section of leagues. I mean, we can't keep track of how many leagues are in this game going strong. I mean, I'm going to say there's at least 100. There's probably more. There's a bunch of massive leagues, and of course, we're in a little pocket of those leagues that sort of just always work together. But like outside of our little bubble here with, you know, where you've got RTG and PRL, and I can't even think of all of them, like ASR, like we're all kind of lumped together. If you get outside of that bubble, there would be another bubble of leagues that we don't really mess around with or know too much about. But hey, maybe Tim came over from a few of them and they all start bleeding together, right?
We're coming in on lap 13 this time around, so expect to see pit stops pretty soon. Now we know that some of the levels love to pit a little early, just to get away from the rest of the crowd. I hadn't really paid attention. I was whipping through earlier just to make sure that I had all of the cars. I didn't realize that all of the levels, all 4 levels are here tonight. Oh no, we got an incident. Okay, it was Balzer in the 79.
Balzer in the 79.
Don't know if it was a push gone bad or...
We're going to check it out. Caution flag is up.
Oh no, he just blew up. He was right in line doing doing what he can. It just blew up.
Yeah.
Fortunate for him, and it took out quite a few of the cars that were behind him. You know, he got it sideways, nowhere to go, and nobody came right across the front of a bunch of the drivers. So
Engine failure, yeah, because nobody's going to be racing too aggressive like right now. Like you said, we're coming up on pit stops. See what that looks like inside the car.
Fortunately,
yeah, in line, they're not too close to each other enough, and that thing just grenaded.
Yeah. Unfortunate thing in motorsports. Sometimes they can just run out of oil, or clutch could blow up.
Well, you know what's an even crazier camera angle? Not so much the cockpit of the 79, but from the cockpit of the 22, right behind him with Greg Palmer's view.
Oh yeah.
And right there, just a face full of black smoke. You know, Palmer was actually the lucky one. He spun Nate out of the way and just kept driving.
Yeah, it's a situation where when that happens, it goes so quick, no motor. All of a sudden, it just, the guy in front of you is just going to slow right down real quick.
Yeah.
His brake lights aren't working so great, so. Boom, there he goes. Did get lucky though, because he was able to make it through that. Unfortunately for a few people that were behind him, they didn't make it.
Assuming they'll all be coming down now because we are inside the fuel window.
I was thinking maybe if he's still down there, we'll see if we can't grab Nate Balzer and he can tell us a little bit about the cancer race.
Oh, we got one car decided to stay out. That looks like the 23 Hewlett. Last second, he took to the grass to stay back on the track. So interesting. He's going to get that lap lead.
Nate Balzer, Rod Weston Blaine up in the roof. Got you, buddy?
Yeah, 10-4, I got you.
Hate to see that happen to you, that, you had the engine failure. Unfortunately caused a big wreck, but we figured it'd be a good time maybe to get you up here. You can tell us a little bit about your cancer race coming up.
Yeah, unfortunately, it happens, and I was hoping to possibly get out of the way, so I wouldn't mess anybody up, but unfortunately, that didn't work.
I don't think you had time. You guys were pretty tight together there, and you just kind of let go, and then Palmer moved you kind of out of the way because you didn't have anywhere else to go,
Yeah, as soon as it blew, you see your car slowing down, and first thing I wanted to do is just try to get the heck out of the way so I wouldn't mess anybody up, because I feel terrible messing up somebody's race like that. But hey, when your motor gives out on you, what can you do, huh?
That's true. So you got that cancer race coming up here in a couple weeks, 2-3 weeks is it? I think I forget the date.
Yeah, it's coming up on the 27th.
Yeah.
You gonna be in the booth?
No, I think FRN's got that one, right?
Oh yeah, that's right. That's right.
Well, I was saying
wait.
to Rod how it all came down to a coin toss. You were like, well, who's going to broadcast? Boom. Okay, FRN. Who's going to be the co-host? Boom. It's going to be Blaine. So it was literally, that's how it happened.
Exactly. That's literally how it happened. I'm still looking at the coin right here on my desk.
Guess I'm on the wrong side of the coin in this one, huh?
Man, I'm telling you, I hate to make a choice on my own, so I just try to.
It's all good.
Oh, you just blame the coin.
Yeah. Just like I could blame the motor right now.
There you go. Doug Hillick did stay out, let a lap.
Yeah, it's great that it comes down to a coin toss, though. I mean, you've got literally that many people that you want to do this thing for you, and it's like, you know what? I can't pick. Let's leave it to chance.
That's exactly what I did. Both great broadcasters. You guys do an excellent show. I'm a big fan, and just glad you're on board. I appreciate it.
No, it's a lot of fun, man. It's going to be cool to do it. Thanks for doing it. Yeah, because we're always happy to do it.
Yeah, good cause, and no matter how it turns out, it's all for the good cause. And have a good time, and raise some donation money for the foundation, and that's what it's all about. We're glad it's happening.
All right, well, we'll let you go down there and clean the oil out, get that motor changed for the next race. You're going to be around for that one, aren't you?
10-4, and hopefully we can get this 79 Chevrolet up front this time.
If you want, we'll tell you what, we don't know if we're going to be talking to you later. We know we're not going to talk to you later on this race. If you want to thank anybody that got you here or whatnot, we'll let you do that. And then hopefully you'll come back and you can thank them again in the second race.
Yeah, it sounds good to me. Always glad that my family is a big supporter. My sister, San Jose, California. I appreciate everybody, and I appreciate you guys for all you do, and thanks for broadcasting these races.
All right, well, there you go. Unfortunate, our first person to drop out of the race tonight is Nate Balzer. The motor kind of let up. You got time now to go back there in the pits, get that new motor put in, come back out here and show them what you got, buddy. Good luck at that race.
10-4, will do. Thanks, brother.
Yes, sir.
Nate.
Thanks.
Just currently rewinding here.
Unfortunately for him, that he had the motor let go, and that bites. I know everybody's in here. Most of these guys are in here for points, racing, and I'm sure I've got to look at the points. I could find out where Nate is in that. Find him. He is currently 19th, so he's going to take a little bit of hit in the points. Let's see if he has missed one race, so that's probably why he's down there, but we'll see. He'll get that thing fixed back up, come back out here for the second race tonight. We'll get back at it.
So John Godfrey did an awesome job avoiding everything in that wreck, but then he's retired with wheel problem. So we can see here's the failure of the engine of Nate. John's able to skate through all this mess. Nate comes down in front of him. He still gets around him.
He locked the tire up?
No, because I think later, I'm fast forwarding right now, it looks like he might have got it tangled up with Hulick. And then hit the pits and retired. Yeah.
While you're figuring that out, the lights are off on a pace car. They're going down the backstretch. Danny Carroll, your leader. Ken Roberts on the outside. Let's see, Randy Waugh behind Danny Carroll, so that worked out pretty good for him. And then we have Greg Lovell on the outside. Dan Level on the inside. Wait a minute. I got to make Brian Level on the inside. I got to get back used to which one's which number.
Yeah.
And then the 7 of Bobby Farrow is going to be your top 6 as we go back to green on this one. Go ahead, go back to what you're talking about. Sorry about that. I just want to make everybody know what's going. We're coming out of turn 3 here a little bit.
Yeah, no, I was just going back to see what happened to John. He got through the initial wreck with the engine failure, then he got tagged a little bit by Hulick, and he did smack the outside wall pretty hard. He went to the pits, and then he retired with a wheel issue. So one of the tires must have taken a hit, damaged a rim or something. I don't know. Maybe they couldn't get it off to replace it, and he retired from the race. 7-11 of John Godfrey does a lot of work on all these tracks for us, so we're always trying to pay attention to where he is.
Yes, he does.
Ooh,
A lot of
little
work.
stack
Ooh, that
up
was
there.
a accordion effect on the outside lane.
Yeah, I was watching that. Oh, Greg slipped into the bottom there.
So the advantage they have, though, is they're running moderate damage. But that doesn't mean, that a bad hit won't take the car out or slow the car down to the point where, you can't go any further.
No. Yeah, and depending where it hits and how it hits, it all kind of comes down to it.
Do we want to pull Mr. Godfrey up here and see if we can get a word in with him?
Sure.
Sorry about that, John. I moved you off to another room before a little much. John, you got Rod and Blaine up in the booth. Can you hear us?
I got you, boys.
A little, almost made it through that whole incident and then had a little episode at the end of it and retired with wheel trouble. What happened there?
Yeah, I managed to avoid the chaos in the wreck, and then I got run over and under caution by the 23 car, so...
That's unfortunate.
Retired with damage.
Those of you guys that, you look at all these tracks out here that, they changed the groove, they've done, changed the looks of them and stuff. And this is the guy that does pretty much all the work that I know for all the leagues and stuff that we run with. So we do appreciate all you do to keep these guys out there racing on some cool looking tracks and getting the, the sponsors and all of that stuff on there.
Well, thank you, Rod. Likewise, we certainly appreciate everything you guys do for our sport and Tarnation TV, and love your broadcasts.
Yeah, I want to say the same thing too. That the work you do on the tracks is awesome, and we don't say thanks enough because there's, few people in here that I can think of that do the amount of work on these things that you do, especially with that new version of Talladega we're running on Thursday night with wider pit roads and stuff. It's awesome. There's always something coming out of that Godfrey studio.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
So unfortunately, they gotta get that right front suspension ripped all off and put the new one on. You're gonna be here for the second race.
We'll be back for the nightcap.
All right.
Nice.
Yeah, we're gonna let you thank anybody you want to thank before you go down. Just kind of, get you a chance, get your spotlight. We appreciate everything you do. So.
Thank Schluter Systems for backing our effort, and Primetime Racing League for making all this possible, and you guys for putting it out there.
Thanks, John.
Good luck in the second race, John.
Thanks, guys.
Yeah, the great thing is John brought 3 cars tonight.
They've got backups.
Yes.
Unfortunately, them two are going to be out this early, going to sit back and watch. But the advantage that they're going to have by sit back and watch, they've raced with these guys many a times, but they can also pick and choose a little bit, watch who's doing what. Maybe they can figure out who they want to be working with for the rest of the night in the next track. So that'd be pretty cool.
Just watching the secondary line, and it's not going to work. Robert Breedlove in there, Javier Negron, Huntsbury. Oh, man, Negron going for a ride. Holy moly.
I thought I heard some tire squeal back there.
Yeah. Bynum was leading the charge on that. He gained about 4 spots in that last lap, and then everything kind of went sideways right there. Watch a replay here. It looked like it might have started with Mo, but then the checkup caused Breedlove to go around.
So one thing that you'll notice, caution flag did come out, but nobody slowed down. So the reason is they have changed a little bit of the format. Now, I don't remember exactly what years, but NASCAR shut down the racing back because they were afraid somebody was going to get hurt. These guys still race back just like you would normally as game allows it. So the yellow flag comes out, they go racing.
There's a lot of damage on that 931. Holy moly.
Well, in the broadcast, all I see is loading. You might have hit a wrong button. There we go.
The Firehouse Subs car of Robert Breedlove got a bad deal in that one. Wow. Leslie Sandoval, same deal.
The you man.
A lot of rear end damage.
Oh, look, you get them in, get them fixed the best they can. They'll be back out there as long as that thing's still driving. Get it back, get it fixed, get back in there, and see what they can do just to salvage as many points as they can.
That's the thing. Every lap counts, and if we have another incident, 3 more guys are forced out.
It looks like Gary Heiser's not going to pit. He's going to stay out and try to lead a lap. And all the other drivers are running down pit road. Let's just take a look at a few of the guys up front. Let's find out who is changing tires and what are they doing for tires. Oh, they're going to take fuel. A few people that didn't go in this time.
Yeah.
So
I see some tires going on.
Yep. Looks like Brian Level took none. Denny Carroll took none. Ken Roberts and I think Ken Roberts only took left sides. Greg Palmer took 4. Not 100% sure about Randy Waugh.
We can check if you like. Check on the Waugh machine.
And just say hi to Corey. When we're talking about Randy, we always got to say hi to Corey.
Looks like lefts only for the 21. See the car tilt up. That means you're changing the left sides. And then he is out.
You'll see some guys do that. In a 40-lap race at 3X, I'm not 100% sure whether or not you would, I think you could make it without changing tires, but it's not a bad idea sometimes just to take 2 at a time when you come in for a pit, especially if you got to take at least, a can and a half of fuel or, at least a can of fuel. It's not going to slow you down much.
I've noticed something funny too about fresh tires. They're actually warmer than if you go out there and run a couple pace laps. They'll actually cool down.
Yep.
Like you put them on warm and then they get colder.
Yeah.
Which is weird on the dirt tracks because the way that they make, because again, this sim never launched with dirt tracks. It was never even a thing. But of course the community figured out how to do it. They make the track dirt. But it's more of a super cold pavement style with a dirt texture or something, because that's what happens. You put the tires on and they're like 120 degrees and then they come down to like 70,
so
which
Robert
leaves
Breedlove,
you skating all over the place and simulates dirt.
So Robert Breedlove decided to not pit.
Okay.
Paid out, led a lap. He's out there with a damaged car. Pace lights are still on, so he's probably going to pit this time.
Okay.
So instead of pitting, he didn't pit the first time, the second time. I mean, we can see the car's pretty much banged up. So
He's not in position to pit though.
He's leading the race. He's on the bottom.
Oh. Yep, I was stuck back in a replay mode. Sorry.
Yep.
Yeah,
So
so that's it's a good call.
It's it's a smart call on his part because he's damaged the car. There's, is he going to have a car that can go out there and win? I kind of highly doubt it with as much damage. Who knows? It might, without that stuff on the back, it might even go quicker. But they just chose to stay out and lead a lap. There's the bonus points that he can, to help him out in the championship.
Right.
He'll go down, get it fixed, and, come back out, try to get as many points as he can, come back into the second race, and hopefully just be as strong as ever.
This is an interesting format because we run 2 races every Saturday. So it's the 3rd week, but there'll be 6 races complete by the end of the event tonight that you're watching. So Talladega still to come after this race is over in the next, 15 or so laps. And then we run 38 laps at Talladega. So they get points individually for each race, not for the entire evening. So it's interesting to see how these guys kind of operate that, because you do need to get those bonus points, because every week is like a double.
If you're going for the championship at all, I mean, if you got an opportunity to lead a lap, and you're, look at his situation where he's damaged, and, the chances of him leading a lap, maybe for the rest of the night aren't probably going to happen. But that opportunity came, he took it, so he's going to be, get a little 5 more. Well, I think 5. I don't know how their points work, but he's going to get some bonus points, and
So let's see how much damage they can fix on this thing.
That's going to be the trick.
A lot of guys coming down to top up their stuff.
This is a little interesting. While you're watching that, Denny Carroll is the current leader. He chose the outside. That's one thing. They do double file restarts here, and they have the leader has lane choice on only the leader. So chose to do the outside with Brian Level right behind him, and Alex Moe right behind on that, and left his normal what we consider a teammate, Randy Waugh, down at the bottom, third car back.
So they were able, you just saw that, I expected that to happen. The rear trunk lid got flung to the side, and they were actually able to fix the door damage. You could see before he went in, the doors were badly damaged. So now they've able to pull the doors back out and cut the trunk lid off.
That might,
so
it could be an advantage.
It's weird.
As long as the motor's not down a cylinder and whatnot. It is going to be a little bit aerodynamically challenged, but they also, there's always that story that we talk about, the innovators of NASCAR, where there was a race at, I believe it was at Talladega, where somebody's rear valance like that fell off. It did no damage to the car or nothing. It just miraculously fell off. And believe it or not, the guy won the race in dominant fashion.
Wow. That's not a whole lot of downforce on those rear wheels.
Oh, no, but the difference is the air comes out on the bottom of the car.
Yeah.
And it goes up underneath the spoiler and it actually increases the downforce. Not in his situation. I'm not sure that's going to work, but we'll just have to keep an eye on him once in a while and see what happens.
So lane choice with Carroll.
But Ken Roberts got a better start.
Yeah.
But he's got, once they get going, that high side should prevail. I think Mike Mangialardi's a little bit far back, where Palmer's right on. I don't know. Kind of separated up almost in 2 to 3 car situations. So we'll see which line can prevail here once they get together. That high line's going. They got 4 cars going in together. Low line just got the 4th car, but remember they're going to have super speedways like this. Bottom line's going to be they'll get in the corner a little quicker. The high line will get off the corner a little better. As you can see, Denny Carroll just pulling away a little bit on that high side. But that doesn't mean he's going to lead that. Oh, he did lead that lap. Oh, that's right too. We're at Daytona. I'm thinking Talladega, but because the line's further down. But at Daytona, it's right in the middle of that trioval corner. So.
Yeah. You can see Tim Anderson up there in that 33 trying to get a third line going.
Just right going to say that. He kind of pulled up there, but not too many people went with him, so they get shuffled back a little bit. Brandstetter did not go with him and took that position away from him. So
yeah, you got Dan Level up there with Tim.
And it kind of Dan Level in that one there. They run an old Corona car. That's what Greg Level used to run a Corona car. So kind of messed me up for a little bit there.
I was just going to say Greg, but I'm like, no, I'm focused on Greg because he's like in second place. And I'm thinking, that's Danny. Oh, man. Hey, can you guys switch cars again next week? Gosh.
Yeah. Sure, why not? Just confuse us a little bit more,
Yeah. Everybody just paint their car red. Bright red, no numbers.
Oh, God. Let's go. Don't give him any ideas, dude.
Yeah, maybe I should. What have I done?
The red cars, what's the number? They got to do red cars with red numbers with just black outline. Like a faint black outline. Man,
or just a different color red outline number. Like a red car with a pink outline or something.
You could focus on it and maybe see it, That would be a fun broadcast.
And then go run 200-mile-an-hour race. You can't see nothing.
Yep. Denny Carroll's gotten up to that high side, and he hasn't quite made it past Roberts yet, but he is working his way back around there. They got 4 cars that are working really, really good, really tight on that bottom. Only about 3 of them on the high side that are really low and tight. Mangialardi's just kind of held back a little bit off from Alex Moe. I think if you could get up in there a little bit tighter, might get that high side line going a little better. But they're about equal cars. It's still just going to come down to the guys that can kind of keep a little tighter, keep that momentum pushing forward.
Cars retired this evening, unfortunately. Nate Balzer was involved in an accident early. John Godfrey with wheel issues. And Javier Negron went for quite the ride at the end of that last yellow flag. And he was forced to retire as well from that accident.
Just happened to look down at our chat.
Okay,
David Chin, our Sunday's winner, the head admin, as he likes to be called, I guess, is in the chat watching tonight's race. He's our Sunday winner. He is the head admin of ASR.
Yep. All-Star Racing. We broadcasting over there tomorrow.
You will be. I'm not sure I will be because they switched it back to 8 and I have 2 features. So I'm going to try.
We'll see what happens, yeah.
We'll see what happens.
Yeah, we were working on a time change, but Ken Roberts, who's actually leading this race right now, was one of the lead admins over there as well. And, you know, that was the thing. If we could bump, whoa, they're getting close.
Woo!
Push level out of line there. That's a heads-up play by Wah. Wah saw what was happening and just moved out of the way there. Well, now they're all getting resorted here now.
Randy kind of got shuffled out of there when that happened. But we've
Good
seen
move, though. Kind of sacrificed the position by doing that, but at least it gave Greg more room to get back up.
Yep. We've seen Greg Lovo get punted, you know, not intentional, you know, not trying to wreck him or anything like that. Just a bump draft in the wrong place, the wrong time, kind of go bad. And seen that guy save some incredible saves of the truck series.
Well, even a heads up there by Greg, because obviously the time that bump was going to happen was not a good spot to do it. Had to kind of, you know, just make sure that he gave room, but then Randy saw what happened and gave Greg the room too. So it's heads up play by everybody involved to just kind of make that way smoother than it could have been.
Currently, our leader, Denny Carroll, has led 24 laps. Ken Roberts has got 3. Brian Lovell has led 1. Gary Heiser led 1 under caution. And Robert Breedlove has led. Other than that, we got no other laps led. The fastest lap for the night is Mark Paglia at 199.756 miles an hour.
Nice.
Say the more you know.
Yeah. Paglia currently running in the 15th position at the line there.
Running back in the 15th position, though, is easier per se to get a lap led, just because you got all that air in front of you. If you back off a little bit, make a charge towards it, you can easily get the fastest lap that way.
Yep. Got Farrell right beside him and Heiser there as well.
I think that's what he did. I'm just saying where he is at, it's easier to get a faster lap led.
We're seeing a lot of Denny the last little while here.
Yeah, there ain't too many leagues that he doesn't run in.
Well, on Thursday at Rolling Thunder Gaming, Seth said Denny had never won there. And he did on Thursday. He won his first Talladega Challenge race. I'm like, man, the amount of Talladega this guy runs. And he finally got one. Yeah, it was a good race. 6 cautions, I think, but it was a good race.
Ooh, okay, we got some guys coming down pitting. Not surprised that some of the levels are part of that. Down to almost around 5 laps to go here. We got so busy with the race, we didn't realize, you know, how short this race is.
Yeah.
It's going to be over before we know it.
And they last pitted, I think Greg was Lovell, around lap 18 or so. So
yeah, something like that. Greg Lovell, Graham McDonald, Brian Lovell, Tim Anderson. All just fuel only.
Yeah, with only 4 laps to go, it's probably going to fuel only stop.
Robert Spring is out there. Gary Heiser is the one that pitted. I believe it's Dan Lovell. No. The 388.
Okay, these guys are staying out again.
Well, like we said, you know, a lot of time. Well, Bob Dixon is the one we always used to talk about the pits very early.
Always.
Them guys have pit like that. If they can get formed up, get going, so they can get that head of steam going, they might do a little better, and they hope that the top 8 guys all pit together and kind of slow each other down doing that.
Right, and if they've gone in, like you say, they go in a little bit earlier, you've got more time to get back up to speed and get organized. Because if these guys come out of the pits after they're going to have to pit, if they come out unorganized, like you said, though, that first group is going to be right back in here, and they might walk right by them.
So the first thing I was going to say, I'm going to want you to focus on a car for me.
Okay.
So tonight, it's the first time I've seen this car. We got Chris Elliott out there in the white Doritos car. I haven't seen that car. That's a new one for me. But I want you to go to him. You can go cockpit mode and just listen to him go through a lap. He is clutching.
On Elliott.
He's clutching. Elliott is going to try to go the distance.
He is on the straightaways.
Yes.
No.
Yes, he's going to try to do it. See, you got him in a red one on there. I've got him in a white one.
Man, these Elliots and their fuel conservation boggles my mind because they do this, and it's worked in the past.
There's a few people who fuel my races.
So his current pitch strategy right now, where is it? Number 9, running in 16th. He's currently pitted 4 times, but he's thinking now that, there's a black flag on spring.
Okay. So now, with around 2 laps to go, he's 22 seconds ahead of Graham McDonald. I don't know. It'd be interesting to see. Now, the next question is, can Denny Carroll make it, or are they going to pit?
There they go.
Okay.
Some of the other guys are still staying out. Man, Elliott, I don't know, man. That's awesome.
It would be different.
So here's the other pack of these guys. Okay, so Ken Hunsbury there. Tim. Iser Lovell. Where's first place going to be? Graham McDonald?
He's just going by all the guys that just pitted.
Randy Waspin out coming out of the pits.
We're on the last lap.
We are. Who's the first?
Elliott came across the thing. Brandstedter's in the lead.
Yeah.
With Hunksbury.
So the race is over. So we missed the winner.
I'm sorry.
But who won? I'm looking for the winner. I don't see him.
Looks like
it was Bynum. What?
I was curious. I'm curious to see where Elliott lands on this.
No way.
Sorry.
I'm sorry, Keith. I got to rewind it.
Oh no!
Because I
got a few guys. He's got a few guys that just passed him. He is out of fuel.
Keith did it.
He ends up 12th. Maybe better than he did, but he couldn't do the win. But Keith Bynum.
Wow. So this came down to fuel.
Yeah. And Keith Bynum.
We totally lost who the winner was because of the pit cycle.
Sorry.
No, I mean, I was looking for him. I was frantically looking for the winner.
Look, the
last 2 laps, I couldn't figure out who it was going to be.
You got your winner, Keith Bynum. The second is Doug Hillick. And third is Pat Miskarski.
Awesome. That was so good we missed it completely because I could not figure out.
I apologize for that guy, but boy, I tell you, it was kind of one of those things that I was trying to figure out what Elliott was doing and whether or not he'd been able to do it. It'd be interesting to see if he could have, if it was an improvement or not. That we don't know. I don't know where he was before all that happened. So
awesome. So we'll give Keith the flag. I had to rewind it to do it. That is great. I love races like that, where it's such a crazy fuel strategy, and it all happens like in the last 4 laps of the race, and we don't even know.
Elliott made it.
Did he really, eh?
Made it. He ended up finishing 12th. He came out, went across the line with 1 to go. He was in 14th and made up 2 more positions. I don't know where he is in the points. Let's check that first. If he has actually been here racing every week, or
I got points rolling right now. Save this replay before I lose it here.
don't see him in there. So this must have been his first race, but he was just going for the win if he could.
Yeah, the old Elliott pitch strategy comes out of nowhere sometimes. And then even Bynum, like he ran out of gas. It looked like Bear didn't even make it all the way around on the victory lap.
Let's get that Pat Makarski guy up here and have a chat with him. Pat, Rod and Blaine up in the booth. You got us?
I do.
Hey, Pat.
Dude, a third place finish.
Yeah.
That's pretty
Kinda
awesome,
nice,
bud.
huh? Well,
Yeah.
thank you.
Love to see that. Love to see that. You're one of the guys out here, the old timers that run really, really well at these super speedways. So you know, you don't get too many wins going along here, but you're always right there in the middle of the mix. I'm really glad to see that you were able to finish in the top 3. You want to tell us a little bit about your night? We did talk about you a little bit. We did note that you got involved in one of those earlier episodes. I believe it was the one where Nate Bolzer's motor blew up. I saw you and Graham kind of get together a little bit.
Yeah, I went high when he blew, and I just there was nowhere to go once he came up the track.
Yeah.
But luckily, you know, didn't get damaged too much, and pulled a third place out of it. That's fantastic, a podium finish.
That's awesome. See the new cars, you just painted them cars up. Those look pretty awesome. We know you do a pretty good job of painting up the cars, making some pretty neat ones out there, and always, you know, I don't say you change them up too much, but you do a lot of different changes on them, and you have a new one there quite often, and I understand you like painting them.
Yeah, I do. It's I guess it's a big part of the fun of this, you know, gaming.
Yeah, I used to paint them myself when I had a little more time to do it. But yeah. So we're gonna get you a chance to thank the people that got you here, so we can get Doug Hillick up here and get this over and get this thing done and ready, so we can get to the next race.
Well, I'd like to just thank God it was a good night, and I don't want to get too political, but
Yeah. Oh yeah.
take a moment to reflect on Charles Kirk, and man, we need some peace in this nation. You know, we need it worldwide, really. But anyway, that's enough of that. Keep it to racing.
Yes, sir.
Congratulations, Pat.
Well, thank
Great
you.
job, buddy.
Yeah, that
Thank
was
you
an
guys
awesome
for
race.
covering this. That means a lot.
All right, there you go. Our third place finisher tonight, Pat Makarski. Really, really proud to see that guy up there finishing in the third place tonight. Good job, bud.
Thank you.
I think I got the right guy, right? Second place finisher, Doug Hillick. You got us? Heard the light go on. I heard a click, but I don't know if that was a yes.
Do you hear me?
Yes, sir. Now
There
we
she
can.
is.
I think there's something up with my one button I've been using for regular speak.
So we know you got caught up in that little bit later, that first incident, and you guys pitted a little earlier, and you were able to come up there and get into that second place finish tonight.
Yeah, I was amazed that actually went down that way. I don't usually do well in gas mileage events, but you know, at 5 to go, I was like, you're like, me and you were talking back and forth, and you know, he's like, you should be able to get it. And the old spotter comes on and says, it's going to be close, but I think we'll make it. Love to hear that from him.
And you were able to do that.
Yeah, she did putt out like maybe 100 yards or so before start finish, but by then I was in second, so hey, howdy doody.
Just checking to see where you are in points. You've missed one race.
Currently 14th. Graham just sent me the updated points. So currently
okay.
just bumped himself up to 14.
Oh, that's cool.
It's not a bad place to be.
No, working your way forward is always a good thing.
Yeah, you know, but you know, I would love to make an effort to try to get someplace on a regular night and be there every Friday, but you know, life, work, and different events going on, you know, points aren't really, I'm not into it for the championship. I'm going to say that.
Just come, have fun, race, do what you do. You finish where you finish, and you know, should the championship come your way, it does. If it doesn't, it's not a big deal.
We try to have fun, but you know,
Yeah.
sometimes this whole thing gets a little bit stressing.
That means you're taking it a little too serious.
There are some people in here that take it a little too seriously. Shocker, isn't it?
Yeah. I race for real, and I don't take it seriously. I go out there to win every time I can, but I just go, have a great time, and let everything fall where it falls.
It is cool to see the passion, though. I mean, for something we've been doing for so long, and the tempers get a little bit heated sometimes. That's kind of neat.
Sorry, they were whispering. My team was whispering in my ear, and I really didn't hear the question.
Oh, I was just saying, I love the passion that some guys have, though, because, you know, we spend a lot of hours doing this, and it definitely is, it's part of a lot of people's lives, this simulator, you know. It's just a game, but it's pretty awesome.
It is, but, you know, there's involved, and there's just, you know, like, really, did he actually say that?
Right,
I mean,
yeah.
True. I mean, totally honest with you, I've had a bad month. I haven't driven well. I caused some crap 2 weeks ago at RTG, and I didn't even realize it. So, you know, for pulling a second for a gas mileage race after wrecking twice during the race, somebody can say whatever they want to me. I'm going to be like, yeah, I got second.
Right. Exactly.
All right, well, we're going to get this going along here so we can get to the next one. We got one more guy to interview, so we're going to give you the floor to thank the people that you want to thank to get you here, and we'll get on to this next race.
First, thank the Lord Jesus Christ, for just allowing us to come out and being in this world and doing what we do. I thank my wife for just caring about me. Sometimes I wonder why. And angels around my children out there in the world. Keep them safe too. You guys both be safe too.
All right, there you go. Second place finisher tonight, moved up. I got the updated points now, so I just refreshed it. But good job, Doug. Well, good luck in the second one.
Thanks, guys. Tonight.
Talk to you. He left before I could move him.
Gotta go, man. Gotta go.
All right, so this is Rod Weston and Blaine in the booth. We got you, Keith Bonham.
What is going on?
Now, Mom's got to be proud now. You went out and you done put a hurting on him. A little fuel mileage race.
Yes, I
got
did.
you the win.
Hey, Mother, I hope you watched it and enjoyed it. Thank the good Lord for the fellowship that we have with all the brothers here, and good time. And just fuel mileage is what it was.
Yeah. And you got to get out there, and you're going to win the second one for your team.
Oh, I hope so. I really ain't got it. I have a team, Primetime Racing League. I'll race with anybody that'll follow me, or I'll follow anybody. I don't look for win. I mean, I like to win, love to win. Ain't nothing wrong with it, but I am past the point of having to be an aggressor. I like to let the race come to me, try to hang out, enjoy it, and not get caught up in a wreck. And if I finish decent, I'm happy. And if I get knocked out early or something, I might not be happy for a few minutes, but I don't frown. I keep a smile on my face, and know tomorrow will be a new day.
Well, the good thing about it is I wasn't sure 100% where you were before because I refreshed it, but you are currently third place in points, 14 points out of the lead. How many more races do they have? I don't know if you know that, Keith, or
not offhand, but I think there's like.
I know we're doing.
Not sure if it's either 12 or 14 race season, which 28. You know, there's 2 races on Saturday night, so it's like 28 race season. I think it is.
So it's still pretty early then.
Yeah, it's early. Yeah, but plenty of racing left for everybody. And tonight, there's still plenty of racing left tonight. Appreciate y'all hosting tonight, doing our broadcasts. Blaine, you too.
Yeah, man. No, that's great.
just invite anybody that is listening that's not racing with us, that do race NASCAR racing 2003. We'd love to have anybody that's a clean racer come join us and enjoy. We race 4 nights a week, sometimes 5 nights a week, but regular we race 4 nights a week. And got the breast cancer race coming up on the 27th, and that's going to be a big event for us because we get to see money come in to go to something that's dear to a lot of our hearts. I lost my son in 2011 to metastatic melanoma. He only knew he had it less than 60 days, and it took him away. And it's a hardship nobody wants to go through, losing your child. But here we go again, just little faith rolling. But I have faith in the good Lord and the everlasting life, so I'm able to deal with it on a daily basis. And forgive anybody that hits me or anybody that wrecks me, and I hope they do the same. And that way we can move on to tomorrow and everybody be happy and have a good time racing. Ain't that right?
So I see that you were talking about the different races. If those that don't know, that Keith Bynum pretty much is the owner of the league.
No, back up. Hang on. That's a word I don't like in the racing community.
Nobody does.
Head admin.
Well, it ain't just the head admin. It's I'm the founder of it, really, but it ain't that. But it is a racing league, and I put the league name on there because when you go to the bowling alley and you bowl in Friday night mixed, it's a league, a bowling league, and it belongs to everybody that's bowling, and everybody that pitches in makes it a whole. Same as NASCAR. I don't have a favorite NASCAR driver. Man, I like them all because it takes every one of them to put the show on for us, and it's the same here. It takes all of us to make this show happen. It belongs to all of us, and I'm kind of the head admin at Primetime Racing League, but I dang sure don't make all the decisions. We all work together to have an equal system, and everybody gets a word in. We got when incidences are called on people, if they're not happy with it, they can appeal it, and we have an appeals panel that'll go back over it. And if we feel like they were hard, judged a little hard, we can back the penalty off of them. And we got a good system, and we got some good racing going on. Last night we had like a 66 lap race with 1 caution, and you just can't beat having that kind of racing on a Friday night with a bunch of people. So 32 people, I think.
So my point was getting to the Monday night. You guys run the VTS 64, which is kind of a
65.
65, sorry.
So
the
cool,
old
that
trucks.
mod.
It's all cool. It's old truck series. Friday nights you run trucks again, but just the regular trucks, right, in the Super Speedway series.
Yeah. 2015 trucks, yeah.
Saturday
It's 2015 of the 09. I think it's a 2015, right?
Yeah, we run the CWS 2015 on Friday night, Men's Cup on Saturday night. We run that NXS 20 whatever on Sunday night. And like I say, the VTS 65, man, it's the old Dodge trucks, Ford trucks, Chevy trucks, GMC trucks.
It's such a good mod.
They look so cool. Them guys put so much hard work into it. I love R88, and I'm my favorite mod out of all of them. But this new mod has really caught on to me, and I want to appreciate their work they put in it by having my series. Give it a whirl and see how it goes. And again, I invite anybody that watches the race after the broadcast, whatever, come out Monday night if you're not racing and try it over at Primetime Racing. It's a good mod. On the right-hand side of the TeamSpeak is the download or the link to get the download and anything you need. Just and listen, I'm going to go get me a quick break again before I have to go racing. And again, hey, Mother, I love you, and I love all the mothers out there. You take care, buddy.
Thanks, Keith.
There you go. Our first race winner tonight, Keith Bynum. Congratulations, buddy.
Yeah, the VST65 mod's super cool mod, the brand new truck mod from DMR. And man, when I first saw it, I was like, wow, they put a lot of work into that. And the damage models are really cool because the windows have like different smash patterns on them and stuff. They've really gone into the fine line of like just layers. Like you could be driving like a Ford body and it'll damage the windows and stuff a little bit different than like the Chevy body will. I'm like, look at that, it's broken different from the other one, and they really put in a lot of work on that.
Some of the mods out there do that, but I was trying to get through with him was just to make sure. But on Monday night they run the truck series with the old trucks, but they do not run super speedways. Friday and Saturday are just super speedways. That's all they run. And then on Sunday, then the NX20, they do not run super speedways as well. It's just it's kind of they pick out a schedule and go race.
Yeah.
Any of those nights you guys, speedways. Any nights you guys want to go, that's whatever that. It's all fixed setup. Their rules are pretty straightforward, pretty simple.
And those 65 version, the Vintage Truck Series 65 would look cool. It wouldn't really look cool on a super speedway like Talladega. They would look cool on a little, like at Nazareth or some track like that, like or a super short track or something, like.
Do you realize? You got to look at qualifying for a minute. Nate Balzer, the first guy that dropped out with an engine failure, ends up, because it's random qualifying, on pole. Blaine Donelon, outside pole. Randy Waugh, third. Rod Weston, right behind you. So that means that Mike Mangialardi is actually going to move up that whole outside line. Because it's random qualifying, we're in there. And we're not racing, okay? So what's going to happen is we have to jump in and take our cars out.
And
so when you do that,
we are because I qualified second and you qualified fourth, and Mangialardi's in sixth. He goes right up to that front row.
Yep. So the whole outside line is actually going to move up there. So Mangialardi, even though the way it puts him down there as qualifying in sixth, he's actually going to be outside pole, and everybody that's in the even number is going to move up 2 slots. So where that hurts is the guy that's way in the back. We're going to say 66 of Ken Huntsberry, okay? He and Javier Negron aren't going to start where they are. They're going to be they're going to get a little bit of further back. Doesn't matter. They'll be right up there with them. It comes shortly once this thing gets going. But
there'll just be a lot of space to the right of them. Yeah. But then, once they cross the line, they can make that move.
Yep.
Yeah. That's an interesting observation. I forget that we are always part of that. And it's cool to see that scenario where, okay, how's this going to work?
I had to see that Nate Balzer's going to start up front. Hopefully that thing stays together. You get a chance. Billy Iser, I've raced with him a few times, and every time I've always raced with him, he's always in or Quaker State, I think it was. Always in it. And he's actually got a very cool looking Coors Light Camaro. I kind of like that. It doesn't really stand out. It's a dark gray and black and with a Coors Light on. I really kind of like that. If you get a chance, find that. That's a sharp looking rig.
We're looking at it right now, the 26 Coors Light rig. A silver bullet.
I talked about it much on practice. Somebody even did a really good job with that. They actually put the tape on the front of it. There's a lot of, sometimes, Rodney Sullivan never misses that, but some painters don't do that. Others will. I used to have, when I painted, I'd have a short track car and I'd have, super speedway car and a midway car. But pretty much all the same thing. Only difference was where I put the tape on the car.
Right. See, and I wouldn't know the proper setup for tape on a super speedway. But I see what you're saying. If there is special setup for super speedway tape, right? Is that what you mean?
Oh yeah. Super speedway tape, you'll notice, like you saw on the front of his car, you'll notice that it was pretty much all covered up with just a little bit of a slot to let the air in. It's because the speed you travel in, the air is going to get in there quicker. But you go to Bristol or Martinsville, there's not going to be much tape on the grill at all, and you'll see the 2 panels that they have for off to the side, which are brake ducts, will be open right up so that you can get air to those brakes. It doesn't make any difference in speed. It doesn't make any difference in anything. It's just an appearance thing. It just makes it look more realistic in my book.
Right. So you can see there, Graham McDonald doesn't have any tape, and you can see the tape there on Hewlett. He's got the tape with a little bit of a gap on the top.
Yep. He's got super speedway tape. Can't see
Anderson's tape. Yeah, it's just part of the paint job of the car, so it doesn't actually affect anything. It's more so the setup that has tape settings.
Yep.
But in an open setup situation, you're pitting late, you're stuffing more tape on it, which of course doesn't reflect on these cars.
Doesn't show up on
iRacing.
Doesn't show up on the cars. You know, a good painter will, if you like, you look at Ulysses Sandoval's car, you look at the front of his car, you can't really see the tape because it's black. You can see that right there in Doug Hewlett. But you can see on either side of the grill, there's a little square that's on the side of that. That's for the brake ducts. Now, super speedways, you know, the only time they really use the brakes, maybe they tap them sometimes drafting, or they'll, you know, only when they really use them hard when they pit. So they don't need cooling for them, but you get to the short tracks, they do.
I see what you mean, yeah, when you're going through a lot of brake usage. Because they can cause a brake fire if they're not getting enough air, right?
Yep. So if you go through through the noses of the different cars, Chevrolet has different size ones or different shapes ones, not size. So when in this era of the NASCAR, when these cars were around, they have a cubic amount of opening that they can have. So you'll note all of the Chevys, all the Fords, you know, every make will be the same, but the difference is that they may be the same for every car on every make, but they're different. But they're still only allow X amount of air in because their size is done like, you know, cubic measurements of how big it's got to be.
Everything. They measure literally everything.
Drivers,
right?
to your car.
Oh yeah, we gotta get in there and jump out. Fortunately, we don't get to keep the pole.
No. That would be cheating.
Still be nice.
Yeah.
Angelardi sitting there looking up there and going, "Hey, how did I get so lucky?"
Start your...
The command to start him up. Angelardi's already moving up there. He knows right where he's supposed to be. He's going to get that 2 extra positions on that start. Let's see if we can get Nate Balzer to finish this one. Maybe finish it with the lead.
The amount of people that show up for these things is amazing. We've got 31 people connected right now.
We only got 1 like.
That's the only like we need, buddy. I think it's probably Dale Earnhardt Jr.
Could be.
And a lot of NASCAR drivers played this game back in the heyday, man. I remember seeing Truex and Jr. It's wild.
I raced against Denny Hamlin, Martin Truex, and Dale Jr. one night. Gosh, like dirty. I don't remember what they called it. I think it was Dirty Mo Posse. So,
kidding.
Yeah.
Because that's what he calls his little YouTube show.
Yep.
Dirty Mo Racing. So they had the Dirty Mo Posse back in 2003 when they were in here. So was it a public server?
It wasn't really as much of a public server thing. I forget now how we managed to work our way in there, but we got to do it. I learned really quick that we weren't as good as they were.
Oh, yeah, no way. Public servers are kind of a nightmare, though. That's why racing leagues, when it comes to racing simulators like this, you got it. Like, you can see how good the racing is just tonight because everybody's on the same page. They keep track of points every week, and you want to do good. When you get into a public server, you can kind of get those guys that want to just wreck everybody.
Those were nightmares.
Yeah, it's like, you got to join the league. It's the best.
Of course, that's how I got into this. We'll talk about that here in just a minute as the pace car pulls down on the pit road. Nate Balzer leads the field. Mike Mangialardi on the outside. Randy Waugh. Chris Elliott. Look at that. He managed to get up there in a second. Ulysses Sandoval. Looks like Rodney Spring on the outside. Craig Lovell. And then our last race winner, Keith Bynum, starting back there in the 8th position.
Race number 2 of the night. 38 laps on the clock. Green flag in the air.
Nate Balzer gets a great launch. Not always the best thing to do, but he's out far enough so he can control his own destiny. Mm-hmm. Know that this is a 3-groove racetrack. You do know that if they're running side by side, as long as you got them grouped together, the middle line's going to do well. But you get enough cars. Yeah, you get enough cars, you're going to see these guys 3 wide, and you're going to be amazed at how wide they'll run 3 wide all night. Just crazy. They've already started. It looks like Pat McCursky got out there on the outside. He had somebody behind him. They kind of left him out to dry. But people will get out there in that third groove, and they will start running out there, and before you know it, we'll be 3 abreast all the way through this whole field.
That's 79. It's just a black car, but it's sharp looking on that Chevron and advertising on there, and it's like, yeah, cool, let's do it. And you know what? We know for a fact that there is a brand new engine in that car.
Yes, we do.
Because the other one exploded.
He's got a super speedway tape on too. Got a super speedway tape on it.
Oh, does he? Let's check.
Yeah. You can see it. Got a super speedway tape. Yeah. Let's see Sandoval, Greg Level, Tim Anderson right behind him, Breedlove, and then Graham McDonald on that low groove. Right now, currently got the momentum. Randy Wash trying to make the middle one grow, and then you got Ken Roberts way on the high side. Randy Waugh moves up in front of Ken Roberts, and Greg Palmer there. We know Greg Palmer and Roberts will work together. Randy Waugh pulls up there. Just try to see if he can get that third groove going, because I tell you, myself, running this track, if all possible, I'd rather run that high groove.
Yeah.
It sucks because when an accident happens, everything goes up first.
Yeah.
And it goes down then. But by the time, it does, usually you can't get away from it. But it's, to me, on this track, is where you don't put as much wheel in it, so you're not having to chase the wheel as much as you do on the bottom. I always like that a little bit better.
A lot of focus on the bottom. Yeah, you really got to focus coming out of the turns on the bottom here so that you don't wash up. But if you're on the wall, you're just going for a drive. I've gone 4 wide on this thing before. I'll do it. I don't even care.
Yeah. If you got the right people out there, oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. And if you got the momentum, you got nowhere to go. Like, why check up if there's a spot? And it depends on where you are on the track too. Like when you're coming into, like, say, turn 3 and 4, and you're coming into the tri-oval, which is a lot more space out there. Maybe you push it 4 wide into tri-oval because it's really wide. And there is room to pull that off. And then hopefully you're thinking maybe you scare another line away that they'll back off and let you come into the bottleneck.
Just gonna go see how many laps Nate Balser had led, but unfortunately GNL TV is not working for me, and I didn't notice that to reset it before, so we're gonna have to depend on you for that one.
Laps led by Nate Balser will be, well, it's 3, but this probably hasn't reset. Nope. Something happened back there. Looks like Pat McCarsky, unfortunately. This is racing back, right? Yeah, I forgot about that. They do not
stop.
They do not stop. So we will go to replay here after we grab the yellow and see where these guys are. So they can race back for position.
I tell you, I think that would be the hardest thing for me, was getting used to do that, because all the racing career of things I've done, we've never had to do that. All the leagues I'm in have never raced back
until 10. That's always the thing. But now it's like, keep your foot in it.
Yes, Sandoval tried to make a move to the outside to just, if he could take the lead over. He still finished in second. If you look at the times, he finished second, didn't finish, he got across second at 0.06 seconds behind Nate Balser. Greg Level finished got 0.06 behind him. You have to go down to the smaller number to find out which one, how close that was. I think we can find that.
You have to find it back in the standing.
Yep.
Look at this, though. It's a half of a second on the 9 car in the middle there. You'll watch that car disappear and pop back inside the cockpit of the 97. So nobody's fault. Just an internet hop from the 9 of Chris Elliott. A lot of rear end damage on that car. And it gathered up Robert Spring and Pat McCarsky.
That's an unfortunate thing. It is, we are running on the high-speed internet stuff, and that, that will happen.
Spring's got a cool looking. I just noticed his wheels are different colors. That's pretty awesome. Running a Warner Brothers scheme there. You got Bugs Bunny on there and everything.
Yep. Let's see, Sandoval's going to stay out for this time, the first time by, probably just to lead a lap. He was currently in the second position. There's them bonus points. They'll come in. We're only 7 laps into the race, so he may stay out. I don't know. But we'll see what he does after he comes around. I always like the fact that some of the newer mods that are out there allow you to paint the rims different colors and do different stuff.
I messed mine up on my Monster Energy 19 car. I put the spin is different colors. So when I'm parked, the fronts are blue, and then when it starts to roll, they turn yellow. I just never bothered changing it. Whatever.
There's a couple of mods out there that it has a thing that you can check off, and it actually lets the rotors glow. It doesn't mean that they glow when you brake. It's when you're going a certain speed, they'll glow when you're not. So it's kind of trying to make it look like the rotors are glowing. Cool. I think it was a late model one that they did that.
You can see there.
Arcasim, which was a simulator that came out. It came out on the R Factor platform. They actually had it so the rotors would turn red if you used them a little bit much. Oh, wow. It was pretty cool.
That is cool. We were just looking at the 9 on pit road there. He had a lot of damage, but it looks like it all popped back into place before he left the pit stall. So he had a lot of rear end damage, but they didn't actually cut the trunk off, and they fixed the doors and repainted it, and he's back out there. He might be a little bit underpowered, but if he can get into the draft, it'll be okay.
What he did was he popped a bag of Doritos in the car, and the pressure blew it back up.
You're right.
Ulysses Sandoval is now pitting. He was one of the drivers, Hunksbury, and I believe that is Pat McCarsky, were 3 of the drivers that I know of that stayed out. So they're going to come down pit road.
Yeah,
that's going to hand the lead over to.
We got to wait for everybody to get by.
And the lead over. That'll hand the lead over to Billy Iser in that Coors Light car that we were, gawking over earlier.
Oh yeah, Ellisor took the lead.
Ellisor, I'm really good at messing people's names up.
What were you saying?
Luckily, we know most of these. Iser. Said Ellisor, I said Iser.
Oh, I didn't even notice.
Let's call the whole thing off.
Yeah, Billy Ellisor. With the Speedway tape.
Anybody that's watching the broadcast know that I always mess up people's names, even Blaine's.
Yep. If you wanted to reset your GNL, you'd have to quit the server and then refire everything, shut everything off and turn it all back on again.
I'm too busy watching.
That's true.
You can keep track of that.
Yep.
I'm not sure what happened to Nate Bozzer and that, but he might have taken either 2 tires or 4. We didn't look at that. So I'm guessing Lovell and Iser probably just took fuel only. So they may have taken 2 or something like that, and that just slowed them down enough to where they're back to the 3rd position. But we'll see how it works out for them. Like I said, not one of these guys are bad at super speedway racing. They all do this a lot, especially on this track.
Oh yeah. I wonder if there's another like a fictional super speedway that, if people got used to it, it could give this track a run for its money. I doubt it, but
I know that there's a lot of fairly decent super speedway tracks. Now Eisner's going to pit this time, so he may not have pitted. I thought he might have, but he may have been one of the ones that stayed out. Didn't catch that, so he's
Yeah, Ellisor was
let
the
his
only one
lap-
on the track with 0 pit stops.
Okay. So he stayed out to lead a lap, which is, hey, he's in this for, try to get as many points as he can. That's the smart thing to do. Hey, I was thinking it might have been an all Chevy front row up there, but you got Greg Lovell up there in a Ford, always in the Mustang.
Yep.
But he's surrounded by Chevys.
Take a look at the current standings again. Graham McDonald still holding on to first, and Greg Lovell second. Keith Bynum third. Overall in points after 5. Graham was able to get us the points updated after that first race. So the points you're looking at right now are the current season standings after 5 races, which includes the one we just watched. A very professional organization over here at Primetime Racing League.
Monday night?
Let me know that before. He's like, I'll run the numbers in between races if you want to get it up on the broadcast. I'm like, hey, if I know they're coming, I'll be watching for them.
Actually sent them to me, too.
Yeah. Makarski would have had a good bump because he got third. Now, the way that they run points here, the winner gets 40, second place gets 35, third place gets 34. So there's a 5-point bonus almost to first. And then second place is 35, third is 34. Like every place after that is a single-digit spread.
I believe it is lap led is 5 as well, and I think the most laps will be 5 as well. So,
right. There's a lot of points available, especially if you want to win one of these things.
Pace car takes the left-hand turn, head down pit road. Nate Balzer takes the high groove. I don't know. I would have. Did Alex Moe behind you? I might have gone in front and going into Alex. You never know. Alex Moe is one of those guys. A lot of times you won't see him much of the night, especially at Michigan. And all of a sudden, where'd he come from?
Yeah.
It shows up. A great start. Little out there distance. Alex Moe is giving Greg Lovell a really good push. But Nate see it coming. Once he's up at the high side, goes where the momentum is. It was a low side, sorry. That leaves the high side with Tim Anderson out there. He's trying to lead them guys up towards the front.
Yeah, it's a good spot to be.
Brian Level, Graham McDonald, Bobby Farrell, sorry.
Yep.
And
I think that's the 7-Eleven of John Godfrey, the orange car.
Godfrey, yep.
Yep.
Couldn't quite see it where I was at. Nate Balzer returns back to the lead.
Once that top side comes together, they tighten up a couple gaps on that high line. We're going to maybe see that 33 surge forward a bit. Kind of stay focused on the 41 here so we can see everybody, as many cars as we can.
Just going to say, keep an eye on the 41 because Denny Carroll, if that line starts to come, he might try to jump up there in front of it. If he's got time, I think he's going to be able to do it now. He could. It's close.
Mm-hmm. Randy Waugh up there with Ken Roberts trying to start a third line. We saw that, and looks like the 28 just smacked the wall a little bit up there at that Lotus throwback.
Lotus-looking thing. I like that.
That is a cool-looking car.
Yeah, I kind of like that. It was kind of a sharp.
There's paint schemes like that. You're like, oh, that, how would that translate into like a NASCAR? Because it's not just a copy-paste deal. You got to make it work because the body of the car is so different, and they made it work.
But you also got to figure, some people would look at that and go, I don't get it.
Yeah.
But an old race guy, I follow Formula One religiously, so I knew exactly what it was as soon as I saw it.
Well, I don't know who painted it. I mean, it could have been Sullins, could have been Divins, Mobbs. It could have been Mark himself.
Yep.
Could have been Godfrey. It could have been, so many people that paint awesome stuff around here that
I'm kind of surprised that because Sullins was in the points, that he is not here tonight. Rodney's an excellent painter.
Ooh, the 7 looked like he got down on the apron there. But again, they give him enough room to get back in there. 3 wide.
Rodney Sullins is currently in the 21st position, but he has not raced any of the races tonight, so that'll drop him down even lower than, where he's at now because he's got Bobby Farrell, Gary Heiser, Nate Balzer, Robert Spring, no Garland Oaks there tonight.
Nope.
So John Godfrey, there are a few guys that are lower than him that could, surpass him running 2 races tonight.
So far, no one has retired. Everybody's
That's a
still
good
running.
thing.
Yep.
The new motor's working great for Nate Balzer.
There's lots of space going on here. Kind of focus back on that pack of 3 wide racing back there.
Look at how they're doing it. You got, maybe one lone car in the middle there, but you got a bottom groove and the groove up in the 3rd lane up. Tim Anderson kind of got hung out in that middle groove, what they call the sucker groove.
Yep.
He's going backwards.
You get stuck there. That's why they call it the sucker groove, because it's just, it's like a vacuum. You go backwards.
Even though you probably ask most of the guys here tonight, where's the preferred line?
Mm-hmm.
Most of them will tell you in the middle groove. Say the middle groove. But this track, that's the great part about it is it doesn't matter. It's all really, really good. And, he's running there because that's where everybody's going. As soon as they start, they're probably around, they've had an early caution, everybody's pitted. Probably due, and that was around lap 6 or 7. So they're going to be pretty close to about 13 laps of fuel. So, it won't be too much longer. We'll start seeing pit stops again.
Yeah, and you talk about being able to drive wherever you want. Like if these top 6 or 7 guys just went up and raced on the wall, they'd stay right where they were,
Yep. Because they're running so tight together and keeping a good solid run going. But sometimes, you're hanging back there. So you're Denny Carroll that's back there in the 4th position. You're saving fuel.
Yeah.
There's Nate Balzer's the only one. Nate Balzer and right now Ulysses Sandoval is got that middle line going and it's coming hard.
Yeah.
They're not lifting. And everybody else with the accordion effect that kind of happens, they end up having to lift a little bit and they save a little bit of fuel.
So last lap by the stripe, Ulysses Sandoval was in 9th position, and he's going to cross the line right now, and he's in 5th. And it looks like
Alex
the 48 of Alex Moe noticed that line coming. He's like, something? You guys got something going here. Let's try this. And that'll put Moe to the front. Look at that shot. Sure. Holy moly.
Yeah.
Oh, man. This track all day. Come on.
Yep. And it's just...
John Godfrey will change the color of the walls for you, but that's all they're changing.
Yeah. It's about, I think, if we corrected, but Rodney, we had to talk with Rodney Sullins about this track in particular. Mm-hmm. And it's been rebranded about 4 times, I think it is.
Everybody
has. Yeah. And it's just for super speedway racing, in my opinion, now not being out there because I don't like super speedway racing, but in my opinion, it's one of the best ones to do a broadcast on because the racing is just like what we're watching.
Yeah, and when you're on this track as a driver, you know that you can go anywhere. So you're not just like, okay, well, this is just a low-lying track, and you just want to stay down the bottom because once you pull out, even if you got 3 guys, 4 or 5 guys with you, it just stalls the line. On this, we just watched how fast these guys drove by those guys, and there was only 4 of them. Nose to tail, put the train on these guys.
Yeah, and
like Nate Balzer in that black car was leading this race 2 laps ago, and now there's 6 cars in front of him. Yeah.
In 7th on the inside. It'll be interesting to see. Does he pull up behind 40, or does he stay Javier Negron up there, still getting a pretty good push, so he's going to stay where he is, but John Godfrey's trying, he's still got a good draft going on there. Guys, see, now what happens is you start getting drivers abandoning that line.
Mm-hmm.
As soon as they do that, Alex Moe, he drops down. Unfortunate for Randy Waugh. He's going to get shuffled back.
Yeah, and I was going to say that too. We're coming into pit stops here shortly, so these guys are going to need to start claiming that bottom line. Yeah. Which puts Nate back at about 5th. Yeah, 5th place for Nate. Waugh and Negron are kind of hung out on the outside there.
Going to go backwards until they get to Godfrey. Might help him out, but just keep an eye on it. If there's an opening, we saw Negron, having Negron already go to the bottom. Randy Waugh is just trying to find an opening because he knows pretty soon he's going to have to pit. He wants to try to get down there.
It's amazing how far back you fall. Negron let him in. Perfect. He probably keyed him up and went, "Come on down, Randy." Left him a little bit of a gap.
Good together.
Oh man, they made that top line fly. Like, why wouldn't you keep that guy with you, right?
Absolutely. That guy you're working really, really good with, you want to stay with him all night if you can.
We blinked. The 28th is in 4th.
Yeah.
How did he get up there that quick?
He was one of the guys on that high groove.
3 or 4 laps ago. Yeah, exactly. They went right to the front.
When they migrated to the bottom, the first car to do that was Ken Roberts with Paglia. So on the backstretch, they migrated to the bottom, and that meant Sandoval and Alex Moe pulled right down in front of them.
Yeah, like they got the line going, and then you start gathering people. Like you're looking in your review mirror, going, if that
Here we go.
line's coming,
we got
I'm
some
going
pit
for
stops.
it. Yeah.
Ulysses Sandoval's staying out. Greg Palmer. Oh gosh, there's a few, but few bumps and bangs. We got some spin out on the end of pit road. Randy Waugh. Got Keith Bynum backward.
Oh, this is under green flag conditions, so this is costing a lot of time on the track right now.
Randy Waugh was the one that moved out the farthest out into the grass. A few bumps and bruises going on there. I do see one driver taking 2 tires, and the rest of them are taking. A couple of them took 2. McDonald took 2. Brian Lovell took 2. Angelardi took 2.
So what is the fuel window on this?
About 13 laps. 13 to 14 laps.
So they're going to have to pit again.
Same as Daytona.
Yeah.
Out of that, Alex Moe was the first one out of the rest of the guys that pitted to make it out. He's got Ken Roberts right directly behind him. And it looks like Denny Carroll in 3rd, Paglia 4th, and Greg Lovell in 5th. I think Denny Carroll will be okay. Paglia and possibly Greg Lovell are going to get up there. They'll catch up to him and make that a 5-car draft. Guys behind him, I don't know if they're going to make it up right off.
Javier Negron and John Godfrey have just retired from the race. Chris Elliott has not retired from the race, and he's behind them, so he will gain those 2 spots back in the next lap. So that's a bonus for Chris.
Positions are kind of switching around a little bit, just only because we got people still pitting. I was looking to see Nate Balzer and
it's currently showing Palmer in 1st. Black flag being shown to the 28 of Mark Paglia. 28 is going to have to pit to serve a black.
The reason that Lovell led that one, because where pit road, where the start-finish line is at the end of pit road, pretty much. So he was able to get out there and get that lap led. But Alex Moe, now when he comes around, hits the line now, he just did. Okay, he's in 3rd, so that means there's somebody probably didn't pit. Or he took no, I'm trying to figure it. Ken Roberts. No, he is the leader. Clicked on the wrong car.
That's a drive through at speed. He was right on the 55 the whole way down. He made sure to hit the pits at, we're back up to the front here now. Look at that push. Perfect timing. Black flag has been cleared by the 28. He's down to about 22nd position now, unfortunately.
We got 4 cars, Alex Moe, Ken Roberts, Denny Carroll, and Greg Lovell. They are about almost just under 4 seconds. So you've got Nate Balzer, Dan Lovell, Palmer, Billy Iser, and Pow U-Man, and then Hillock. They're all just starting to get that line formed up. They just barely kind of got it formed up. They should be able to run them down if they can stay tight together the way they are.
Yeah, you can see from that camera angle there, these guys stay in a straight line like that. Oh, Ulysses just got shoved up a little bit. If they can get this thing formed up, they've got a couple extra cars, so they will be able to reel that pack in there. I'll keep that little black square up. You can see it up here in the top left of your screen. In the 5th position there, you see the 79. He's a leader of that second pack with a 3.91 gap to the leader. As he crosses the line here, we'll see if that gap changes. 3.91 goes down to 3.8, so about a 1/10 of a second. They are catching him slowly.
Just stay tight. Mm-hmm. They're going to catch up to Randy Waugh. If he is able to hook onto the back of that, that'll help that group out too.
Oh, that'll be massive.
Also catching up is Graham McDonald. Next lap car that they're going to be catching.
Oh, now they're racing each other. Ulysses and Hillip just popped out of line there, so that might affect how quickly these guys can catch. Yeah, Graham's kind of caught in the middle right here. He's running in the 21st position, 1 lap down. Yeah.
He's going to help. He probably will help them catch up to them. If these guys back here, they got to stop racing. They got to get in line, work together.
Yeah, because they're going to catch the draft of McDonald and get a little bit of a slingshot from him too. That'll help them out huge, because then Nate won't have to break all the air.
Yep.
Right now they're coming down this straightaway doing 200 miles an hour into turn number 3, nose to tail.
When they catch a McDonald, they'll just drive right past him, but they'll use that draft they get from him to help pull him up to the front.
Yep.
I don't know how many laps it'll take them to get there, but they'll probably get there in just about in time enough to pit.
Right. Yeah, the time interval did go down from 3.8 to 3.57. It went down again to 3.0. So they are catching them. They definitely will catch them because they've got more. They got 6 cars in this pack coming up. They're going to grab McDonald as the 7th.
Yeah, that's going to make the big difference.
There's Breedlove there as well. He's a lap down.
Yep,
and then there's your top 4 right here.
And they'll be able to use those lap cars for a draft for a little bit, and then drive by them, and that'll help them out a big time. But instead of being like 6 cars chasing down 4, it's going to be 7 cars for that short period of time. And then once they get past Graham McDonald, they're going to have Breedlove right up there, can hook in the back of him, and by then they should just about catch him. And you'll see them either go high or go low. Like I said, Alex Moe is up in that second groove, just where they prefer to run. But like the great thing about this track is they can run in any one of those 3 grooves and still do well.
The gap is down to 2.7. We are within 10 to go now. That doesn't matter, actually. Race back situation occurs the whole gosh darn time.
So these short races like that go by so quick. I didn't even notice that. I was just noticing that they passed Graham McDonald. Graham McDonald was able to get into that line. So that's a big help. Yeah. Now to have he's helping himself. I'm pretty sure that if he can get up there and pass Breedlove, there's an extra position for him. Right now, Graham McDonald's our current points leader, so he wants to try to get as many points as he can, keep that points lead.
I'm thinking he might be a lap down. I can't remember. There's a good handful of cars that got caught in that scrum under green flag pitting. So no major damage occurred there, but the guys did lose a lot of track positions. I can't confirm if Graham was trapped in that, but
It's going to be a great points day for the second run here for Greg Lovell if it keeps going the way he does, because currently right now he is in the 4th position. He is second in points. He is 8 points behind Graham McDonald.
Oh, yes.
So that could be a point swing to put Greg Lovell out there in the front.
Right, yeah. Total overall standings, especially with Graham being a lap behind this late in the race.
Graham McDonald was able to get past Breedlove, and Breedlove was able to get tucked in behind Ulysses Sandoval. They've just got to get them guys a little bit tighter. They're already running them down. You know, they've taken a lot of time off from them. They're gonna be right there with them in probably about a little less than 2 laps.
Like you said, just in time for them to pit again, because they probably
Pretty
can't.
close.
I don't think they can make it to the end of this thing. There was about 18 laps to go, I think, when they pitted, and they can only get about 13, you were saying?
Around 13 laps, yeah.
Yeah, so they're short. They're going to have to come down for gas.
Notice that, I don't know what happened. I was watching to see how Nate Balzer's team was doing. Notice that Greg Lovell got a little bit away from Denny Carroll.
I noticed that too.
I don't know what happened. I didn't see it.
I wonder if he did that on purpose to maybe...
Or he could have possibly just jumped into the back of Denny Carroll and, had to lift to not send him. So here comes Nate Balzer. He's got a great head of steam. He's going to go down below Greg Lovell.
How
Dan
quickly
Lovell
it
behind
happens,
him.
They reel them in, and
Greg Palmer.
now they're driving by.
Billy Eisler, Graham McDonald, who is 1 lap down. Ulysses Sandoval, who's kind of, I think he backed out a little bit. He's not going to lose a draft. Ulysses Sandoval is like, I'm going to just wait and see what you guys do.
So Nate Balzer now at the 2nd place, coming up on Tim Anderson. There you can see that blue car.
Anderson wisely just moved right up to the 3rd groove, gave them all the room they need to go by.
An excellent spot too. Lots of room there to yield.
Yeah, and then he hopefully he can jump right in there and pick up that draft until it goes by him. I don't know if Anderson is just had the power of the bag pit stop or whether he's got damage to that car, but you still got. But we got some pitters. All right, Ken Roberts, Greg Plummer headed down pit road. Let's see you focus on that. I'm going to focus on seeing what they do for their pit stop. Imagine it's probably just going to be a fuel only. It's going to be just a fuel only stop.
So balls are to the front now. These guys were in that secondary pack running 5th for a while. Reeled them in, passed them, but still going to have to make this pit stop count.
Now, the interest is going to be Greg Palmer did not have quite the pit stop that Ken Roberts did, so he's going to be a little behind him. It'll be interesting to see when everybody else pits.
Oh, it's a tight fit. They're going around. Oh, Dan goes around Dan Lovell in that Corona car off the nose of Balser. And those guys were working in tandem to catch back up, and now they just got tangled up. It's, what's crazy about that too is on Thursday at the Talladega Challenge, we're running version 4. John Godfrey widened the pit road an extra about half a lane to a lane wider.
Okay, so
if
Ken
we were
Robert,
running that version right now, that accident wouldn't have happened because the 2 wheels that got into the grass, that's paved on that other version. It's crazy.
Ken Roberts had to go back down pit road, so he must have got a speeding penalty on pit road.
Oh, no.
Greg Palmer, now he's up to full song. Everybody's just picking up just past Nate Balzer. But I think he did not have a good a pit stop as Ken Roberts. He's going to pick up the back of Helic.
Currently focused on Ulysses Sandoval, currently your leader. Right behind him, the 41 of Danny Carroll.
Have they yet to pit? Or have they pitted? Yep, they have pitted, I think.
They have, I believe. Yeah, it's crediting Ulysses with 4 stops.
They had an excellent pit stop if they able to get out that far. Alex Moe with Breedlove, I think we do believe Breedlove is a lap down.
Yeah, Breedlove is a lap down.
He just pulled out of the way. He was riding in that line, just pulled out of the way and let him go. Alex Moe's trying to go to the bottom.
Oh, yeah.
He didn't have help, and then he got help. I think Ulysses Sandoval wanted to go down there, but he saw he was by himself, thought it wouldn't happen.
It was a little bit too late. Ulysses probably could have done that, but he understands, like, okay, well, I missed my window. I'm going to have to sit it out. And I just lost 4 positions because of it.
Then Denny Carroll dropped down underneath him as soon as he got cleared. So he's probably going to go all the way back to either back around where Breedlove is. I think Breedlove will probably give them position because he is a lapped car, so he's not going to get in the way. Doug Hillick's trying to get under Ulysses Sandoval.
And that 24 of Graham McDonald, that green car, is a lap down. So Denny Carroll is position 4.
Billy Eiser up there in his 3rd position. We got Greg Lovell and leader currently right now, Alex Moe. And we're down to almost 2 laps to go. I look away and come up to should be the white flag this time, boy. Alex Moe's pitting.
Black flag, Alex Moe. Black flag, Robert Spring. Black flag, Robert Breedlove.
Wow.
Yeah.
That
so
hands
your
over.
Leader now is the 088 of Greg Lovell, and they're going to be passing McCarskey and Huntsbury. Final lap. They're so focused on the race, I did not see the black flags being shown.
That's Billy Eiser's in 2nd. They just passed the winner of the first race, Keith Bynum. He hadn't have a very good pit stop. Denny Carroll currently in the 3rd position. That was a good save. Ulysses Sandoval kind of accidentally got in the back of Graham McDonald. He's trying to push Graham McDonald past these guys, but they're going to run out of time. Ulysses just keeps pushing him down through there because any position he can get by
a lot of traffic here, but they're going to yield. And oh wow, yeah, Ulysses was again Graham not in the running for any positions there, but
what happened to Denny Carroll? It was all of a sudden he's out of there.
Denny Carroll?
There. Not sure what happened to Denny Carroll. He was currently in the 3rd position.
He's down in 6th.
I don't know if he ran out of fuel or cut it too close, but he was right there in the... to figure that out, and then I hit the wrong button. Right behind Billy Eiser. I see the Graham McDonald thing, but it's like he just lost power, he wasn't going. I think he ran out of fuel. Crazy.
It's possible, yeah, because we were getting close on those pit stops. Just got a shot of your winner doing a burn down there, Greg Lovell. Congratulations, the 088. Wild how guys are running out of gas, and it's like everything happens so quick in these shortened races, especially with the elevated pit frequency. We're losing track of some stuff sometimes, but yeah, that's an exciting race. Only 2 yellows. Well, that would have been at the end there. Only 1 yellow flag that whole race.
Yeah, we get to do some interviewing here, and we get to interview first Ulysses Sandoval, Poppy. Let's get Poppy up here and find out a little bit about his race. Ulysses Sandoval, the Poppy. You got Rod and Blaine in the booth. You gotcha? Lights on. Lights on. Nobody home. Hit the mute button.
No, the chicken was on the mic.
Chicken was on the mic. Have to explain that one.
Trying to say hi.
So, it's just survived the first one fairly decent, a little bit of damage, whatever. You come out here in the second one, get a third place finish at the end there. Pushing Graham McDonald, who was a lap car, using him to try to get that up there and get those positions, and you ended up with a third place finish tonight.
Yeah, if it wasn't me, well, nobody else would have made a move. I was trying desperately to make something happen, and actually nobody tried to make a move. So then I was there glued to Graham's bumper. I didn't even know he was a lap down. I just like, I'm just gonna go. We need to make a move, like make something happen. I at least gonna take a third place. I thought I finished fourth because of Graham, but turns out he was a lap down. So good thing I finished fifth last race, and this race fourth. I'm in third, so I'm going up slowly but surely.
Right now, currently, before this race, you were in fifth place in points, 21 out of the lead. So Denny Carroll was a little bit ahead of you, but he finished right behind you. I think Denny ran out of gas. We won't be able to know that. And Keith Bynum was a lap down. Greg Lovell, unfortunately, was in front of you, so he might take over the points lead. And Graham McDonald, as you saw, was in front of you. He was a lap down as well. So that may not get you up any higher in the points, but I think it'll be a big boost.
Oh yeah, whatever it takes to go up in the standings, man.
Oh, I mean, you are a Friday night Truck Series champion in this league, correct? I remember that.
It's actually on this series, I'm Saturday champion, but not a Friday champion.
Okay, so I knew that you were, and you got a long season ahead of you. You're currently in fifth place in points. That's pretty good. You keep up the good work, you might come back with another championship, bud.
Well, hopefully, because the last few races have been a little frustrating. Getting wrecked and finish way back. So this is a little relief. For there's still hope that I still can finish higher, because last time the last race I was like, I'm not gonna finish anywhere on the top 20 because I'm damaged. Without a bot, I ended up fifth. So it's a good thing. And the funny thing about that is that it's not the first time I finish on the top 5 without my butt. I remember on the Chicken Bake series, I made a podium finish with my bumper being missing. so yeah, another finish with no butt. That's how I wanted to call it.
Okay.
That's awesome. Who needs it?
That's right.
That thing.
Aerodynamic advantage.
Who needs that bumper when you have gas?
There you go. All right, buddy. Well, I mean, unless Blaine's got something else he'd like to ask, I think I'm give you the floor.
Yeah, man. Excellent race. And yeah, go for it. Thank you. You got to thank. I'm working on stuff behind the scenes here with Graham to get the updated points on screen here. So.
Go ahead, bud. The floor is yours. Thank the people that got you here.
All right, a big shout out to all my Wrecking Ball teammates that were in the race with me tonight, and all my NCAA friends. And big thanks to all my buddies. I learned a lot from them, from over here, Primetime, from Talladega Nights, and from NCAA. I learned a lot from my buddies, especially my buddy Nick Gunter. He taught me a lot about racing, so I owe him a bunch. And also a big shout out to Little Chicken, who doesn't have a name yet, but I'm still up for names. If y'all have any suggestions, Little Rip.
Say lunch, but
Boris. I say call him Boris. Boris the chicken.
Boris eating lunch. All right, and also a big shout out to my home country, Guatemala, because in the 15th is gonna be the Independence Day of my country. So yeah, a big shout out to my home.
Oh, cool.
And yeah, guys, we'll see you next time.
there you go. Our third place finisher. Currently, well, I'd say he's probably still going to be fourth, maybe fifth in points. Congratulations to Ulysses Papi Sandoval for his third place finish in the second race tonight.
Actually, if you want to know where he is, Graham just sent me the updated points. Ulysses Sandoval, 4th overall in
There
the
you
current
go.
season standings with 169 points.
All
Very
right,
good.
one step at a time.
All right, congratulations, buddy.
Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Okay, the driver of what we talked about, the awesome Coors Light paint scheme. Love that paint scheme. Looks pretty cool. You got Rod and Blaine in the booth. Billy, do you gotcha?
Hey, Rod. Yeah, man. How's it going?
Not bad at all. Not bad at all. Now, your prowess is pretty much super speedway. You seem to do really, really good at these.
Yeah, once in a while I'll get lucky, come close.
Well, you know, like they always say, a blind squirrel gets a nut every once in a while, right?
There you go. There you go.
I like the car. That's a sharp-looking rig. You ran pretty good. Got a little bit of the situation in the first race, but you managed to work out your strategy just right. You were right there at the end. Second place to Greg Lovell. Not a bad thing at all. That's pretty darn cool. Tell us a little bit more about that second race.
Well, it's all in the pit stops. Tonight I had a pretty good pit stop all the way through.
Ain't nothing wrong with that. That's what you want to do. If you can, I've always said those green flag pit stops. If you can get in and out faster than everybody else, you're going to beat them out of there. And like I said, I raced with you before, and coming to the super speedways, you're a pretty tough guy to beat.
Well, I appreciate you saying that, buddy.
And like I said, I like that car. Did you paint that, or who painted that for you?
Rodney painted that.
Rodney Sullins?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. He's a wicked painter. Yeah, I've got a car you painted up for me that I just absolutely love. Can't wait to race it. So yeah, he does a super duper job at it.
Yeah, he painted that probably 3 years ago.
Oh, so it's an old one.
Yes, an old one, yeah.
I usually see, I think it's Quaker State. You're always pretty much always in a Quaker State car, so it was kind of surprising to see them.
That's true, yeah.
I don't know. He's got the points up there now. I don't know if you run. This is my first night doing this with you guys, so not 100% sure where you are in points.
After that race that we just finished, Billy is now in 5th place overall with 161 points, just 1 point ahead of Keith.
There you go. That's awesome, bud.
Yeah, I'll take it.
And you got time. You can go out there and whoop up on these boys.
Technically, I guess you're 4th. It's just a tie for 3rd, but either way, we'll say 5th.
Yeah, that's good. That's good.
That's nothing wrong with that at all, bud.
I'd say for an old man, that's pretty good.
I gotta say, how old are you doing this?
82.
I knew you were up there. I didn't know how you were up that high. 82 years old, out there still competing with these young little whoopasnappers and whooping up on them pretty good.
Sometimes it happens, man.
That is awesome.
Are you participating in the Nate Balser race coming up in a couple of weeks?
Yeah, I'm supposed to be in that, yes.
Nice.
That's cool.
Yeah,
Nate doesn't have anything.
Cancer's a bad thing.
Blaine doesn't have anything for you. You good, Blaine, or?
Oh yeah, like I said, I'm here listening.
I know what you're doing.
I love working behind the scenes here with Graham. But yeah, another fantastic race. You guys go out there, and these shorter races with these 3x pit frequencies are wild. We lost track of the first race because the pits cycle in the last 4 laps really messed us up. We couldn't find the leader. Keith ended up winning the thing. But same sort of thing was happening here. You guys were getting close on fuel. Some guys were pitting, some guys weren't. But yeah, the whole thing is always a ton of fun to watch. And that version of Talladega is absolutely flawless.
Yeah, I love doing these long races, man.
All right, so Billy, I'm going to give you a chance to thank the people that got you here. So the floor is yours, bud.
I thank everybody that participates in this race. That's all I got to say.
Short and sweet, buddy. We will take it. Congratulations on your 2nd place finish, moving up in the points. I'll be doing a few more of these broadcasts until Flat Out Network takes over. So I'm kind of hoping you go out there and you take the championship and whoop up on these young boys there.
Yeah, maybe we can get close next time.
All right, congratulations, Billy.
Thanks,
All right, buddy.
Billy.
See you later.
I like the short and sweet interviews because it's past my bedtime.
Well, I do because I got to get up early in the morning, so that's why I don't mean to push and rush, but you know. So, Greg Lovell, you got Rod and Blaine in the booth. You gotcha? Greg Lovell just left the channel.
I'm sorry, guys.
There
Sorry
you
about that.
I see what you're doing. You don't want to talk to us, huh? Greg, you're well, I think, I haven't looked at I'll go to Blaine on this. He's got the new points. I don't have them. And I believe you might have taken the points lead over.
He did. Yep, he has leapfrog Graham McDonald currently after 6 races in race number 6 at the Saturday night series here, the Super Speedway series, or Super Speedway Shootout. Greg Lovell now 11 points ahead of Graham McDonald in first place overall.
I've raced with Greg plenty, and I've done broadcasts plenty with Greg. And Super Speedways, you are probably one of the better drivers out there. We've seen you get, I think it was Denny Carroll that got you in a truck series race, a little loose, not an intentional, just a bad bump. You get that thing sideways, you save it, and came back to win that night. So, Super Speedways are you're kind of your bread and butter.
Yeah, I'm about
good everywhere, I know, but
about everywhere.
You always seem to find your way to the front of these super speedway races.
Yeah, you just gotta be patient and take your time and not be in too big a hurry and do stupid stuff and not try to get to the front and think you have to lead every single lap and stuff like that. If you can get in the top 10 and just like stab something and just ride there. That's the best thing to do, man, until your first pit stop, and then to me that's the best thing to do. Just get up there and just ride behind somebody, if it's somebody that you like to ride behind, but that's what I did. I just got behind somebody that, like last night and in the first race tonight, I just got behind somebody and just followed them, and just had best pit stops I could.
Yeah, I was going to say, the thing that got you up there, I mean, you were up there all front, running around the front all through the race, but that last pit stop that you guys performed, you come out and you had gotten, a pretty good lead over most of the field. You still had Billy Iser, you had Denny Carroll, and Ulysses Sandoval kind of come up in there, and you guys were just, you were far enough out away from everybody so nobody was going to catch you. You had a few lap cars that you guys had to contend with, which weren't really a problem for you because you just kind of dropped to the bottom, went by them. But, all in all, you would run up near the front most of the night, and, you only led 4 laps of the night, which is fine. That's extra bonus points and got you back into the points lead. And usually I remember you just about every series that we've ever done or aired with you, you've always been top 3 in points and usually the leader, so that's pretty darn good.
Yeah, I've done real good on Sunday nights on that Spartan series.
Spartan series, they're running the NXS 20, right?
Yeah, I've won 3.
Do you run on Mondays
in a row?
I don't know if that's... Are they started the Monday yet?
I've won 3 in a row on Sunday championships. I don't know if I've won a Monday one or not.
Because I know the Monday was Aero 88, right? And they're switching it to the VTS 65.
The Monday used to be Aero 88. Yep.
Yeah.
What's those trucks? You got a nice Ford truck painted all up for that yet? We lost Greg.
Maybe.
Maybe.
What's the mod?
Man of many words. You have more words than
what mod is it?
That's that
Vintage Truck Series 65, the brand new one from
BMR.
Oh
yeah, I got a number 8 truck.
Okay.
Cool. But I got to get me a 088 painted up. I went to that number 8, man, and it just, I don't know. It was, I don't know, guys. It was bad luck.
Oh yeah, because you raced around the 088, and then when I raced with you, you decided the next season you wanted to go to the 8, and you did that for a while. I forgot that, that didn't work out so good for you, so you went back to the 088 then.
Yeah, I went back to 088, start of the season over here on Friday and Saturday nights. and I run it on Sundays. But I got to get me one painted up for Mondays. I'll probably get Frank just to take the one I've already got because I like it. I like the paint scheme and just put another 0-8 on it.
There you go.
Just run it. But yeah, I don't know, man. That number, I really had a terrible season last season.
Sometimes the number change doesn't help out, does it?
No. Well, I've ran this 088 number, man, for
years.
Since I come back in 09. I mean, I don't even know why I changed, to be honest with you.
I was racing with you at the time. I don't remember even what you did, but I just remember that you did it.
Yeah. I was like, well, is 8 free? They said, yes. I said, I think I'm going to change to 8.
Didn't work out that way.
I did, and God almighty.
Put a bullseye in the back of it too, I guess.
Dale Jr. had bad luck at number 2.
Yep, that's true. Some good races too, but at super speedways. But
yeah, he had some good races, man. But shit, he just wasn't that good in that number 8. But when he went to
88,
the 88, he did a lot better.
All right, Blaine. Well, you got something you want to ask Greg before we open the floor for him?
Yeah, man. Just same thing as I always say. Such awesome racing. And do you like this multi-race, like 2 quick races like this? I think it's fun. It's exciting for us from a broadcasting standpoint to hit 2 different tracks in one night. I just wondered if it was fatiguing for you guys trying to, figure out the one thing and then go to the next.
Nah, it ain't bad at all. And it's when you're done with the first race, you save it and
just another day at the office.
Keith, Graham, or somebody will pick the server and put the other track in and fix practice and happy hour and whatever else and kick the server. And I mean, it's not nothing. It don't bother me.
Yeah, it's definitely fun. It's definitely fun to broadcast something like this because you get the variety, right? And then the race, it takes the same amount of time. Like they'll broadcast right now, we're at the 2-hour and 20-minute mark. So it's the same amount of time taken. And then we get, more frequent pitting, a little bit shorter races, and they're just exciting in a whole different way. But yeah, you guys always put on a great show, so it's a pleasure to call these things.
Yeah, it was Saturday nights, you got the 2 races. At least you get a break in between.
Right.
You get up and stretch, use the bathroom, get you a drink, whatever you got to do, But, that's one good thing about it. But I like Friday nights better. I like the long races.
Yeah, well, the next couple of weeks.
You got to strategize more, and you got to stay out of wrecks. And
race with the Cure coming up in a couple of weeks. That's an 85-lap race, so
yeah,
get comfortable for that one.
Yeah, that should be a fun one.
All right. Well, I'm going to give you the floor to thank the people that got you here, Greg, so we can. I'm not pushing too much, but I got to get up in the morning early.
I hear you, man. I'd like to thank Billy Ellison for staying behind me tonight and pushing me to a win. He could have made a move on me if he wanted to. Which I'd have been fine with. Billy's a good dude. But thank you, Billy, for the help, and Graham, thank y'all. Thank you and Keith and all the admins for what y'all do, and all of you do a great job. Blaine and Rod, I like y'all do a good job too, man. I went back and watched last week's Saturday night race, and it was pretty fun to watch. Both of them, so. And I don't know who I lost my dad last month on the 5th, which has been pretty rough on me. But takes time, you know. This takes time, man. My family's been through a lot lately. Just sometimes you go through things in life, you just have to deal with it.
Yeah, man, sorry for your loss. That's always a rough deal.
Yeah, my daughter Hannah's husband, his sister, his mom and sister got in a bad car wreck Monday, and his sister died. She was only 32 years old. He killed her. A guy come over in their lane, hit him. He was doing 60 in a 35, come over in their lane, hit him head on.
Ouch.
And in the car behind him, hit him from behind too. And it killed her instantly, man. And you know, we've dealing with that. It's just been rough. It's been a rough month and a half.
Really sad to hear about that. That's not
Yeah.
good. Yeah. All right. Well, you know, that hard to say this after that. Well, congratulations on your win.
Appreciate it.
Yeah, good job, and we'll see you next Saturday. Hopefully, you can get back out there and get a couple more wins and expand that points lead you got going.
Sorry, I'm not more upbeat tonight, guys.
That's understandable.
Got a lot on my mind.
That's perfectly understandable. I just want to congratulate you on the win.
Appreciate it.
We'll see you next Saturday.
You know me, Blaine. I'm usually,
Yeah.
goofing off and stuff, laughing, goofing off, acting crazy.
Well, that's good. That all that stuff's that's horrible stuff, horrible news. But at least you could take your mind off it for a couple hours and get in here and run this thing. So.
Yeah, that's why most guys come in, run this game to get their mind off of life, just life in general. That's why, I try to treat everybody good, man, because you don't know what a person's going through.
No.
That week or that day or that month or, you just don't know, man. That's why I try to be good to people, not treat people bad, and there's just no need in it. There's just no need in it. Period.
Yeah, life's too short.
It is. It is too short. I still understand it, man. I don't know. Never could understand it, but you just don't know what somebody's going through, man. We got to deal with enough just dealing with the world, the way the world is. Gas prices, food prices, electric bills are so high now, you can't hardly pay them, and it's just everything's gotten so out of hand. It's just that's the first thing that we got to deal with. Then we got to deal with this life.
Yeah.
Oh,
thank you, guys.
To leave it on such a sad note, but can't keep doing this all night. So, congratulations on your win.
Appreciate it.
Yeah, we gotta wrap her up. Yeah, thanks, Greg. Congratulations on the win.
Thank you, Blaine. I'll catch y'all next week.
We'll be here.
Give them forward. Thank you.
Yeah, I was just looking at the current standings here and just looking at because this is cool. This is a cool standings page because this table actually has the change column. So we saw Greg Level gained a spot, Graham McDonald lost a spot, Billy Ellisor actually gained 4 spots, Bynum lost 3 spots. But look at that, Mike Mangiolardi, he actually gained 5 spots on the current overall standings for the season. after the 2 races this evening. After this race, because these are updated on race number 6, the one we just did at Talladega. So after this race finished, Mangialardi actually gained 5 positions, and he's in 8th overall right now. So this is an ever-changing, especially when so many drivers show up. I think we had, he started this one. 27 hit the track to start this one. So that's a lot of space for moving and shaking. So yeah, great night there for Mike Mangialardi, and of course Bailey Aldersaur as well. And Greg Lovell having a win there, and Graham being the lap down, able to take the lead away from Graham. So shaping up to be a pretty good show next week with race number 7 and 8.
Yeah, it's going to be a good one. I kind of like doing this with these guys. Like I said, I know them real well, so that it makes it easier, and but it's a great group of guys, great super speedway racers. So looking forward to seeing them next Saturday, getting this done.
Yeah, we'll be here doing it. So join us again. I think I have a schedule button.
Yeah, the next 2 weeks.
Maybe not.
Me, you got the FRN after that, I believe.
Yeah, so tomorrow, ASR Super Speedway Series at Talladega BSR version. Maverick Cup Series at Bristol on Tuesday. Rolling Thunder Gaming Talladega Challenge. Of course, we're running a new RTG version 4 of Talladega. That'll be at 9 o'clock on Thursday. And right back here for the Shootout Series, Daytona and Primetime Super Speedway again. That'll be race number 7 and 8, which will be week number 4, which means we're doing some qualifying, not lotto. But yeah, as always, man, thanks for your assist in the co-hosting duties. It's always a slice hanging out with you, talking about this stuff, watching this stuff, crunching numbers. So thank you, Mr. Weston.
Yes, sir. Glad to do it.
Awesome. And as always, we got to go to bed. So if the women don't find you handsome, they should at least find you handy. Keep your stick on the ice.